the first airplane doesn't come for 2 years. We learned that the hard way with our Honda Jet order, which is that, you order planes, you have a delivery schedule. And then as a new guy, it's hard to get customers because you're a new guy. Mm-hmm. So you want to leave plenty of time between when you make the order and you get the airplane to make sure that you scale the operations appropriately and that you've taken the time to acquire the right customers for those assets. And that when you do take delivery of the first one, you aren't getting all 10 at once. You're getting a couple that year that are spaced on the quarter. And you want to finance correctly behind that. I mean, the fractional business is nice work if you can get it. And you mentioned I had a securities background. Well, I've looked at the economics of it, and there's really no barrier to entry beyond expertise and capital. And the level of expertise you need isn't, to pull a prior example, semiconductor fabrication, which is as much art as science. Like you can go try, but like it's not going to be difficult. But lots of people can fly airplanes well and be nice to customers. And for some reason, and I think I shouldn't say for some reason, but the return on incremental capital deployed into a fractional private aviation model is pretty good. And even though it's a mature cyclical industry, it has stayed pretty good. So when we think about planning our shareholder value, over the coming years, and what the smartest thing we can do as a public company, it's to go where the returns on capital are. I mean, if that stops, then we need to stop and do something else. But as far as we can tell, again, Mr. Buffett put $10 billion into buying some new private planes. Now, Is there room for another 10 billion? I don't know. But, is there room for 10 of ours against 1,000 of his? Yeah, probably there's space. It's probably incremental demand. And why would you go with anybody other than NetJets? Right? And it turns out that, at least in the jet card market, 75% of our customers are willing to consider a boutique. And a somewhat lesser percentage are what we'll look at for the fractional model, but still significant enough that we believe we've got a sensible plan.
A lot of your happiest Part 135 operators, they're selling wholesale to NetJets and they're doing overflow. And it's a good, steady business and they're happy with it. And they get it, they understand it. And then they have their retail customers as well. So it's a nice little mix.
From where we came, which was an idea on a patio, now to having, customers and aircraft and software and, being public, it's been an incredible journey. From here, it's just a function of treating our customers well, keeping our expenses tight, and edging into things that make sense. I mean, let's be honest, 10 Challenger 3500 is like $300 million worth of airplanes. That's a big jump from $25 million worth of airplanes.
Well, that's a big number.
Well, yeah, I mean, but it turns out that, a light jet 135, particularly a VLJ 135 activity, isn't very difficult to make money in. I mean, we all know it. But once you get into the super mid-size category, particularly with an aircraft as beloved as the Challenger 300 type, or what's now the 3500, the economics, the stakes are of course higher, but the economics get so much better. Mm-hmm. So when you think about where am I going to spend my time, where am I going to spend my capital? Well, it's great to have the Honda Jets, particularly in this golden rectangle on the west where we operate. Mm-hmm. Where we can develop customer loyalty, and it's a little bit of a gateway drug for people who are newer at it. Right, the costs are much lower. So when you think about evolving a business over time, it's great to get people into the Honda, get them excited about it. For example, the CJ4 that we operate was from a Honda Jet customer, and the CJ4 is double the size of the Honda. But we got into private aviation. Honda loved it. We helped them acquire an aircraft. Now we manage all aircraft for them, so charter jet cards on it for it. Going to the super mid category makes a lot of sense. Again, slowly, methodically, inch by inch.